What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about XRP today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it, my friends. Here we are, sitting at about $3.10 right now. Haven't moved a whole lot over the past 24 hours. You did have a nice attempt to the upside where you're looking to press for new all-time highs, but it didn't happen. That's okay. Pulled back a little bit, still closed the day green, almost 5% to the green. Love seeing it, love seeing it. Definitely a lot more volume yesterday than you had on the move that brought you down here. So I think that's beneficial. I think that is a positive thing. Also, where you found your low was at your relative high there. So I think you're finding support at previous areas of resistance. All good things, right? You look at the breakout move itself of this consolidation phase here. When you broke out, you got the volume to come in, higher volume than what was preceding it, right? All good things, all good things. You're doing the right stuff, finding support at the right areas. Now you just need to run. Now you just need to run, Forrest, run. You need to let loose, cut off the leg braces, and just get going, man. And I think you will. I think in a matter of no time at all, you will. From a high to a low here, if we're measuring this fib range, you hit your 1272, 1414 area, and it's very, very common to, from this area, pull back to your 100 to your 886 zone. It's very common to do that. And in fact, I would say when you stop in this area, it's more common to pull back to your 786 specifically. But you didn't even do that. You didn't even hit your 886. You stopped right in between the 886 and the 100, which that's a very bullish kind of bounce you got going off of, at least for now. And it seems like it is. You know, of course, you can go lower. We'll look at the shorter term time frames. And in fact, actually, before I want to come back to this, before we start assuming you move up higher immediately, let's look at the shorter term time frames and see if that agrees, right? Let's look at the 1 hour time frame. The 1 hour, looking at the RSI, there's good things going for it. There's bad things going for it. I suppose as long as you're above the 40, I like it. I don't think it's a bad look at all. And I like the price action. You know, to me, obviously it looks like you're coiling up right here. You got this little like symmetrical triangle look. You're either going to break out to the upside or the downside. If I had to guess, looking at the RSI, I suppose I would guess that you're going to the downside. Let's look at the 15-minute. Let's just see real quick. The 15-minute makes me think you go to the upside. So again, I don't really know. By the time most of you watch this video, I would say it's not the most accurate science. Let me see if I can get it a little bit more refined here. Get it to where it's like nice, clean lines. I would say if you break above, if you see XRP above $3.13.5, then it's breaking out to the upside. If you see it below $3.07, then it's breaking out to the downside. And if it breaks out to the downside, I don't suspect, you know, that doesn't mean they have to go all the way down. It's not breaking out. This is a very small pattern. It could just go down. It could still see a higher low. It could see a double bottom. It could see a slightly lower low. It doesn't have to be an immaculate drop just because it breaks out to the downside. Same thing for the upside. However, when you do break out to the upside, if you do break to the upside, you got a lot more going for you, right? You've kind of broken out of this overall range with this move here. This is a higher low based off your breakout move. You could be seeing a higher high play out as well, right? All that kind of stuff going on. I think there's more bullish things, or I should say there's less bearish things in your way if you want to go higher. There's more bullish things in your way if you want to go lower, right? So inevitably, regardless of what happens here, you're going to go up. It's going to happen. You're going to go up. But the 1 hour and the 4 hour, or the 1 hour and the 15-minute, they didn't really help me out too much in determining that. The 4 hour time frame, I would say, looks bullish, but does suggest that you could go a little bit lower first before moving up higher. So I don't really know. Going back to the daily here, okay? Going back to the daily time frame. And actually, maybe I want to go all the way back so I can remember where my train of thought was. Let's see. All the way back. Yes. Okay, so I was talking about a move up. Was that right? Right, 886, 76. Okay, so you could move down there. I don't think you're going to move down there, right? And you could move down to 265, 276 if you were to move lower. If you broke out even below this low here, the lowest that I would see you going is probably 276 to 265. But likely, whenever you do move up from here, and I suspect you do move up from here, it wasn't the most conclusive. Anything can happen, but even if you go lower first, you will probably move higher. But I suspect that you don't move lower. I suspect this low holds. You probably don't even see prices below $3 before you break above. I mean, let's be real, you might not see prices below $3 ever again for the rest of this cycle. It's a very real possibility to consider. Anytime, if it happens, if you happen to be lucky enough to see XRP below $3, those are fleeting moments right now. Okay, those are very fleeting moments because likely XRP's next move will take it above $4. I'm thinking it will. With this kind of consolidation like this, okay, hitting the 1414 to the 1272, I almost always expect that you stop at the 1618, okay? But if this low holds, that's a very bullish low to find support off of. And with that, I can't help but think you don't stop at the normal area, but you might go to the area that you would go to if you were to see a bullish move or a stronger move, which that makes more sense to me. And beyond that, I don't think it stops there, right? If anybody's hearing this and you're hearing me talk about 420 to 440 or even 376, and you're like, I thought it was going to go higher than that. It is. XRP is definitely going to go higher than that by the end of this move in February. I'm just talking about, looking at this here, this could be by the end of this month, by the end of January. Genuinely speaking, you're at $3.10 now. XRP could be above $4.20, 421 to 440 by the end of January. I suspect that could happen, okay? By the end of February, that's a bit of a different story with a little bit more of a bullish tune to it. Let's see if I can sing it for you. All right, looking at this here, from the last cycle's high to the bear cycle low that we had, you're at your 1272 here. Yeah, this agrees with the bullishness, man. Right? Genuinely speaking, just this look alone, I would be surprised if you settled for anything less than $6. I really would. I would think XRP moves all the way up to $6.41. That's my thoughts, right? And that in itself might sound crazy, but if you're looking at this for what it is, it's a bull flag. The measure move of this bull flag technically would take you all the way up to prices around like 11 to 12 bucks. Okay, so I feel like I'm being rather fair talking about 641. That is your golden ratio, after all, from your last cycle high to cycle low. And again, I don't know everything. I'm not the smartest person alive. I'm not a dummy. Definitely not a dummy. But what I do know is fibs. It's very uncommon from a high to a low, from a cycle high to a cycle low. When you break out, it's very uncommon to stop below your expected target zone. It's normally not a good thing, okay? Normally, it's not a good thing to stop below your 1272. So why am I so bullish on it? Well, that's because you also normally don't just tear through like this. Maybe you stopped in an obscure spot because, dude, you literally broke the laws of gravity, right? You defied physics and just went up. So instead, what you did is you broke above your last cycle high. You found resistance at your current all-time high area, right? Pulled back to your last cycles for a little smooch, said, bye-bye, see you later, and now you're going to go off to the races. This might have been a bad look is all I'm saying with not hitting the 1272, but finding support like this on your 100 is absurdly bullish. And the fact that you've already consolidated in this area right below your 1272 and you're up here now, I have a hard time believing that you only go to the next target. Right, this is the kind of behavior, especially with what led to the preceding move beforehand. I would think that you do beeline it all the way up to about 640, 641. Now, here's where I want to take the last cycle too into consideration, or not the last cycle, the cycle before, the one that put in its XRP's all-time highs for a long time there. For a high to a low here, nope, that 1272 is all the way at 837. I would say, I don't think you have to stop here. I think you can go higher. I just don't think you reach 837. So maybe something between 640 to 837 is on the table. Nothing's guaranteed. You don't have to hit any of these numbers. Anything can happen, right? Just like here, the normal expectation would have been to go to this 1272 the first time, but you didn't. You stopped a little bit below it. You're here now, inevitably, but I'm just saying, even though I'm calling for 641 to technically now 837, I'm accepting that 837 to 641 by the end of February, likely in the 15th to the 20th. That's the kind of time frame I'm expecting. We would see these targets happen. Something probably close to 641, if not exactly at that level, would be what I expect. So I don't really know if I have anything else that I want to say, guys. The weekly RSI looks absurdly bullish. This is astounding, to say the least. It's really good. It looks really, really good, you guys. The 3-day time frame, also absurdly bullish. Phenomenal. I love it. You got these higher lows. You've got the higher highs. You're in the overbought zone, finding support on the 60 level. All good things, my friends. All very good things. And you look at the daily time frame, constructive, nothing to get crazy over yet, right? It's not too bullish. Once you get into the overbought zone, that's when it's time to get bullish. And again, same kind of thing with the price action that you can see here that I just said in the RSI. Nothing to get excited over yet. Once you break out, once you start moving up, that's when it's time to get excited. Once you get into the overbought zone, that's when it's time to get excited. So I would think, looking at XRP now, assuming it doesn't break below that low at $2.84, when we see prices above $3.33, that's how we know it's go time to prices that are not just at 420, not just at $5, but at $6.40 or higher. And with that, I leave you. This expectation is to be by the end of February. It could happen earlier. It could happen later. It could happen in the middle of March. I wouldn't think it goes much later than the middle of March. That is an acceptable time frame, I would say. But what I'm expecting personally is for this to happen within the next month, specifically by the end of February is my expectation. I think that we will begin this move this month now, and I suspect XRP could even be above $4 by the end of this month. But, time will tell. We'll see how it goes. Hit the like button, you guys. Subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.